Hello everyone, bringing you, this is Blightwind, bringing you the Western Qualifier Grand Finals, determining who gets to go to the International. So we've got Next.Kz up against MTW here, and it should be some great matches. I mean, both of these guys have been trying real hard, hauling ass to get here, and I know they want to go up against, the likes of M5 and Na'Vi, all the teams that have already been invited. So we'll get the picks and bans underway here. Switch myself to free camera. So then I'm not fighting up against that.
Seconds remaining.
Waiting quite a while for this first ban here. I'm sure they've both been watching each other, watching what kind of style each other favors, trying to take that into account. We get a Darkseer ban and then a Lycan ban. Lycan, he's a very powerful jungler, very powerful pusher. Darkseer has some fantastic team fight with Vacuum and the Wall of Illusions, so that doesn't really jump out as anything strange. We will have to see what else they go with. If they're they might ban a bunch of hard carries and then go for a push strat or something like that.
10 seconds remaining.
Broodmother, just an annoying lane bully. If you leave her alone, she's just gonna get a spider army, push down towers. I mean, she doesn't and in the mid game she can carry very well. Once you get past like 35-40 minutes, she drops off a bit, but Syllabear, not the fastest jungler, but he is a very powerful team fight hero. Between that bear, which if you get some the proper items on the bear, basically counts as a second hero, so that is not all that surprising. The handful of games I've seen that Syllabear has actually been able to make it through, he's done actually quite well. So
10 seconds remaining.
Lich, just kind of an annoying support to deal against. The sacrifice really can shut down whatever lane he's in. Chain Frost is a very powerful ability if you can manage to catch them when they're clumped up inside of like an AoE stun, like maybe a black hole or something like that. Although Lich isn't picked a whole lot, so I mean, Next.Kz might favor Lich. That might just be a respect ban that came out. I am not 100% sure.
5 seconds remaining.
And then a Chen, and again, another good jungler. Nature's Prophet manages to make it in and is scooped up almost right away. He's kind of like Invoker and stuff like that, where it's very rare for them to make it past the first round of picking. Speaking of which, Invoker is actually available. I don't know if either MTW or Next.Kz actually has someone who can play Invoker, but we see an Enchantress pick. One of the only junglers. Yeah, okay, yeah. So they're gonna pick up Invoker and Enchantress. Invoker, a very an incredibly powerful hero. He 1v1's fantastic. He's got tons of utility. If you go like Exhort Quas Exhort, Sunstrikes are great. Cold Snap is great. If you go Quas Wex, the Tornado EMP combo is just ridiculous. Enchantress, a powerful pusher, powerful jungler, especially since there is no Chen. So the most she'd have to deal with would be someone like an Enigma, who would... I mean, the Enigma could kill... if she picked up a lesser creep, could kill one of those. And MTW picking up a Crystal Maiden, which is powerful support, great lane babysitter. So that's again not all that surprising for me. And then an Enigma. So Enigma will probably he'll either be the solo or the jungle, and then Nature's Prophet will be the other. And he's great push. Like, they've got quite a bit of push here between the Eidolons and the Treants. They've got some good team fight with Black Hole. They are able to, if Enchantress picks up a lesser creep, like if she gets a Cobalt Taskmaster or something like that, just for a little bit of aura. You don't see it often, but it
10
has
seconds remaining.
been done before, and Enigma could kill that with his demonic conversion. So, but we will have to see
Reserve
what
time.
Next.Kz does to respond with this third pick here, and then I'm kind of curious to see what the next round of bans will be. If they go for some more team fight oriented, maybe get rid of like a Tide Hunter or something like that. Morphling, so they're going hard carry early on. Morphling's been seeing tons and tons of play lately. He has been given tiny buffs by Ice Frog for the last 7 or 8 months, I think, and it has all of a sudden the professional scene just realized Morphling is ridiculous. You know, he wasn't seeing a lot of play because it took a long time to farm him up before he was actually useful, but now what we've been seeing a lot is a lot of professional teams going the shotgun Morphling, just skipping Lincoln's Sphere and dropping like straight to the Ethereal Blade and just blowing up supports. You know, knowing that the supports are gonna only have like boots and a bracer at most, and being able to just Ethereal Blade them, waveform, adaptive strike. Venomancer is gonna be banned out here. Great anti-push and anti-mage banned out. I don't really think I need to explain why anti-mage is being banned, aside from the fact that he can counter the Morphling once he gets his Manta up, because Morphling is very reliant on having his mana to be able to morph back into strength to keep himself alive, waveform away, etc. So once an anti-mage gets that Manta, he can just create the illusions and right-click away all of Morphling's mana.
Seconds remaining.
Waiting for the last ban out of MTW here.
5 seconds
and
remaining.
we
Reserve time.
they are thinking good and long about this. I think banning out some kind of team fight, some team fight, or some supports would be a good idea. Which was, I mean, the Venomancer was one of those. So maybe like an Earthshaker, or I wouldn't say Lion because he's not often played on the pro scene, and actually generally he's played as a solo. Just get him up to that Finger of Death early. It's Shadow Demon, so yeah, Shadow Demon, very powerful anti-carry, like incredibly powerful ganking with Disruption, so not surprised at that at all. Tinker's also been seeing a good amount of play lately. A lot of people realize that you can basically get someone to stack Ancients, and you get it up to like a triple stack of Ancients. And if you max March of the Machines first, you actually can march over that stack of Ancients and just ruin them. And it spikes your farm up so hard. Windrunner picked up, and I'm actually kind of surprised that she made it through the second round, made it to the second round. She is another one of those heroes that's got an incredibly high priority within the professional scene, and it's impossible to go a game really without her being picked or banned, and generally people won't waste a ban on her. She just brings so much to the table. Very good for solo, very good for
10 seconds
team fight, like great ganking with the shackle shots if you can set them up. It has decent synergy with Nature's Prophet, can shackle shot over top of his sprouts. So we will have to see how Next.Kz responds in time to this. I imagine that the Morphling will be played by Mantis. He is generally played, so they do pick up Tide Hunter. I'm actually really happy about that, because Tide Hunter is can be an incredibly powerful support. For whatever reason, he is not shown a lot of love. And I do believe Next.Kz is a fan of doing the farming Tide. They give him a lot of early farm, get him early Anchor Smash, so that he can just work his way up to that Blink Dagger, get himself a fast Ravage, and just start taking over the game. You know, start ravaging when it just is decimating your supports. And I'm really excited to see this, actually.
Reserve time.
The only thing that would make me happier is to see an Ogre Magi. just because he is so hilarious. And I really, really want to see it. I doubt that he'll be picked up in the professional scene, really, because he is so percent chance oriented, but we will have to see. Almost out of bonus time here. We are getting down to the last couple seconds, and they will have to make a pick really quick here. Oh my. Storm.
Radiant team pick.
I can't think off the top of my head if they've got any super good Storm. I don't know if that was just a panic and they got someone who fairly knows. I mean, Storm is incredibly powerful, so it's not like a bad pick or anything like that. I'm just not 100% sure if they have someone who's well known for playing Storm, but we'll have to see how it works out. Beastmaster picked up. Great solo. He's brings fantastic team fight to the table with that roar, with the hawk to scout, axes, great farming tool, good damage. It is very nice that it is a mixed damage type, so you can, you know, if they pick up like a Hood of Defiance or if they stack a lot of armor against you or something like that, you'll still do a decent amount of damage. And everyone has picked who they're playing, so we'll go over that real quick. Yeah, Mantis on the Morphling, Skullcat playing the Invoker, Lucky on the Enchantress, 570 on the Tidehunter, and Equal on the Beastmaster. And then we've got Cinderin on the Enigma, Funzy on Windrunner, Soxka, I'm sorry if I screwed the pronunciation up on that, on the Storm Spirit, Effing Mad on Nature's Prophet, and Kabap on Crystal Maiden. And looks like Enigma is going to be jungle. Windrunner will be the solo, well, the in mid. Then they will do Crystal Maiden Storm up here, and Nature's Prophet will be either mid, and I have to sneeze.
30 seconds to battle.
Sorry about that. Didn't want to sneeze into my mic, so I had to quickly rip my headset off. Nature's Prophet just doing a bit of scouting. They've got the Yak. Awesome Yak. What is... Oh, they are still on the boring horse. I am disappointed, Next.Kz.
The battle begins.
Regeneration.
Beastmaster gives everyone extra battle points. Always good to see.
Bow to me.
No, actually, Enigma is going to be the solo, or their mid here. Windrunner's soloing bottom, and Nature's Prophet probably will be their, will end up being their jungle. And then Crystal Maiden Storm. I got that lane right. Yay! They're going to be up against this solo Beastmaster, and they've got the Invoker mid. He 1 point into Exhort. Enchantress in the jungle, so that means Tide Morphling is down here. Some early pressure coming from Skullcat here, picking off Idol. Oh no, good deny on the Eidolon. Those are worth some gold. And Funsies. What's Funzy doing here? Funzy, no. Jungle Windrunner. Double jungle. I guess knew that he wasn't really going to be getting any farm in this bottom lane, so he's coming up here so that he can at least get a little bit of early experience. Enchant Tide going for a walk here. Tide using the super awesome back spines. And everyone just kind of trading hits, sitting quiet right now. Looks like they're waiting to see if Windrunner is actually going to show up. This is probably what she was really worried about. You know, worried that they were going to come around behind. That Centaur actually dies right before it can even get a single hit on the tower, which is kind of unfortunate. Enchantress just sitting here. Still level 1, but that's some early push that they're doing.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Enchants. Good play, good play. Enchants one of the creeps, is able to use it to pull the creep wave away.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Windrunner is actually going to show up now. Power shot going through, killing a little bit of creeps. Then putting some hits in on Lucky. Got 1 point in Windrun, 1 point in Power Shot. But this tower is... will it actually go down? It is in deny range, so they have to finish it. They cannot just mess around here. But looks like they're going to go for it. Yep, Morphling gets the last hit on that. Gush push the Windrunner away. MTW is going to respond by doing a push up top here, it looks like. Beastmaster is also screw the 2v1 lane. I know I'm not going to get any kind of farm up against Crystal Maiden Storm, and they're just going to lock me down, and I'm more than likely going to die. So I'm going to jump in the jungle, kill the easy camps, kill these Dark Troll Warlord camps, just to get a little bit of farm. And are they just going to let this go?
Radiant's top tower.
I mean, Radiant still has Glyph, so. And in mid, just Invoker hanging out with the Enigma here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Got a cold snap queued up.
Radiant's
there we go. They fortify it
fortified.
rather low. Are they going to stick around? Treants come. Enchantress gets an Invis rune. Looks like they're going to take this anyways. Storm Spirit gets the last hit on that.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So early trade. No kill at all yet. Some Tornado Harass coming through. The damage actually stacks up fairly quickly. You know, it does go every single second. Ursa Warrior here on the Enchantress. So she looks like she's just going to use the claps to farm a bit. Only level 2. It's got Nature's Attendance picked up. And Enigma better be a little careful here. I mean, he is regenning fairly quickly because of the Soul Ring. Almost has Black Hole. There you go. Now he's got Black Hole, so he's a little safer. Storm just kind of farming away. How are we looking for last hit wise? So we got 32 and 5 on the Morphling, and 31 and 5 on Storm. So that's about even for the kind of who will end up carrying the games. And then 22, 18, and 27 and denies on the mid lane. So Deny City. And of course I miss the first blood.
First blood. As indeed I am first in everything.
Looks like it was just Cold Snap on top of some axes, some support from the Beastmaster. Looks like Sunstrike was also used. Sunstrike was probably to finish it up. Beastmaster has his bottle now. Level 2 Call of the Wild. Enigma's back. Boar. I still don't understand how that's supposed to be a boar. That is looks more like Tidehunter with his back spines than anything. But so that's the first blood. Sorry I missed it. Although it looks like it was a just a plain old gank, nothing too incredible. I mean, it was definitely well played because I got the kill. And bit of pulling coming from the Crystal Maiden here. Windrunner still playing it incredibly safe. Just sitting back here. Getting herself a little bit of farm. Funzy. Very good Windrunner player. Replicant is going to come out. Throw some auto attacks in. And gonna use that to kind of scout, keep an eye out. So Windrunner has to come into the actual lane now. Enchantress has flown some wards out to herself, using a pair of Dark Troll Warlords to continue jungling while she goes to place those. Throws down one Observer and one Sentry Ward. Bit of a block going on by MTW, or well, Enigma here. Try and make a slightly safer farming area for him. I don't know if this is it within sentry range. I do not know. But Crystal Bane is hanging around here. Beastmaster bottles up this Invis. Sitting on level 3 Frostbite, 1 in the aura. Just to get that little bit of global mana regen. So, you know, it's half a mana a second. Not too bad. Every little bit helps. Beastmaster is going to pop that Invis. He's got Roar. Is he going to look for a bit of a Roar gank? Wait for some people to come up here. Tide is only level 4, so they don't have Ravage quite yet. Enigma's upset about something. Maybe it's all this tornado harass. Not too sure. How's Storm looking? He's got his bottle, he's got his arcanes, got a magic wand. Now, who knows if we'll see him go for like an Orchid or something. You never know. Nature's Prophet's got Ring of Basilius. Pretty standard items. Soul Ring, Ring of Health on the Enigma so far. Just trying to get himself some regen. The Windrunner has boots and a magic wand. Invoker dies to minions, apparently, after... Where was he, even?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That was a rather strange one. It looks like he got hit by the Nature's Prophet ult and then died to like creeps or tower or something. Sunstrike on the Storm, Roar being used on him. He is going to be able to ball lightning away. Just had like barely enough mana to go the little distance going to TP out. Well, very lucky for him. Beastmaster is going to use the regen rune. It's 1 kill apiece, still 1 tower apiece. And how's farms looking? 73, 14, 66 and 9. So Morphling is sitting at a slight advantage. 40, 43 on the Enigma, 39, 6 for the Invoker, and 42, 1, and 35 and 1. So everything's fairly even. Like there is slight advantages. If we look at the gold, it's slightly in the Radiant's favor, only about 750 gold. Experience is in the Dyer's favor though, just under like around 1750 experience. So things are actually looking fairly even. Jump is going. They are going in on the Invoker here. Ball lightning. Electric Vortex, Sunstrike's gonna come through. It's gonna spread amongst a lot though. Frostbite, and that'll clean that up. Well done by MTW. They saw Invoker come forward a little bit, and they knew that they had the disables to be able to do that. And they also stayed fairly clumped together, which was good because the Sunstrike does split amongst the number of people hit. So it hit all of the Eidolons, it hit the 3 heroes, didn't do all that much damage. So no one was dropped low enough for a follow-up from Next.Kz. Some denying coming out with demonic conversion. That was my MSN. I'm sorry, I will swap that off. Smoke has been popped. They're leaving Beastmaster out of it. Waiting for them to go in on him. Sunstrike, Cold Snap, Roar. Then Axes come through and 1 auto attack from Invoker to clean that up. That was well done. They had everyone smoked right here. They do still have Ravage up. But they had everyone sitting right here. And then they used the Beastmaster as bait. As soon as they jumped on him, they blew Roar. He blew Roar in between the Malefice ticks. And that set up the kill on Enigma. Sorry, people are trying to get a hold of me from all over. So, how is Morphling doing, by the way? Has his Perseverance, has the Ultimate Orb. He is actually going Lincoln Sphere, which is actually fairly surprising compared to some of the Morphlings I've seen. Mantis is a very skilled Morphling, though, and Lincoln's is a great ability, or like item to pick up against this Dire team. It'll block Malefices, it'll block Electric Vortex, Frostbites, lots of single target disables.
Structures are fortified.
So I am not against this at all. Invoker's got Phase Boots, Drums. Gets the deny on the bottom tower, well done. Double Bracer on Enchantress. Tide is sitting on a Bracer and Boots. And Beastmaster is working on, is that a Necro, I do believe? Yeah, so that'll be for a Necro. Great push item, often picked up on Beastmaster. Gives some mana burn, gives some good team fight. Push. Power Tread's being worked on by Enigma here. Windrunner sitting on Phase Boots, and that's about it. Perseverance picked up by the Storm. And a point booster. He's taken a bunch of damage. Oh, from this Morphling. Manages to escape, though. Ball Lightning's out, and then is able to waveform or just walk away, slow the Morphling with one auto attack. And looks like he is working on a Bloodstone. Hand of Midas is completed on Nature's Prophet. Now he's working on a mech. Hand of Midas, a great item if you're looking to just sit in the jungle and farm. And Crystal Maiden's got Boots and then Smokes and Warts. So, and a Magic Wand. Usual, you know, fairly typical support levels of farm. No one wants to play supports because they end up getting a little far behind. Enchantress gets an Illusion Rune, just going to use that to jungle.
I thank you.
Someone pops a salve on the Storm so that he can stay in lane, go up against this Morphling again. Beastmaster finishes his Necro, and Morphling is able to use the Replicant to warp away as soon as he saw a Storm, because he knew that he was going to try and jump him. Great play. Will we see Storm disassemble these arcanes to finish his Bloodstone? Time will only tell. Just doing a little bit of farming here. They are going in on the Enigma, though. Are they going to go for him? Nature's Prophet teleporting in. Glyph is being popped. Another TP coming through. Treant's coming out. Funzy's here. Shackle Shot going out. Doesn't latch. Power Shot coming through. Doing a bit of damage. Oh, well done. Treant deny. Beautiful play. He basically had all those Treants sitting around, and as soon as the tower was one hit away, just turned them all on there.
Come on, sprites.
Nature's Attendants coming out to heal everyone up. They're just going to back off from this, do a good amount of damage. Just leave it at that. Nature's Prophet does get the tower, dies in exchange. But I'd say that was worth it, you know. Storm Spirit does finish his Bloodstone. Looks like he did disassemble. He'll probably end up going Power Treads now. Wrong one. So 1,500 gold. Well, probably about a 1,600 gold advantage for the Dire right now. Ravage is popped. Enigma taking a bunch of damage. Enchantress gets a kill on the Windrunner. Axe is coming through. Sunstrike! Sunstrike! Oh! Nearly finishes him off. One attack comes through. One Boar Shot to slow him down. Perfectly played. Well, not perfect, but that Sunstrike was just fantastic. Good exchange. And experience just taking a bit of a spike up, but it's just over 2,000 experience advantage for the Dire. Dire is slightly ahead, but that little exchange definitely will help balance things out. Roar is back up now, so we'll have to see what they plan to do. Replicant's away again. He's just been keeping a Replicant, kind of hanging out in this jungle over here. Using it, I think he's been using it to stack up creep camps or something. But as soon as he sees Storm coming for him, he just Replicants away and keeps on farming the jungle. Great. This is why Mantis is such a great Morphling to watch. He has such great awareness with his Replicant. His Lincoln Sphere is done. Another 1,400 gold saved up. So we will have to see what he goes for next, if he goes for the Ethereal Blade. He's got his Power Treads, got a Basilius. Oddly enough, did not go Ring of Aquila, like a lot of people do. Mech finished on Nature's Prophet. And still using that Hand of Midas to farm away. Now he's TPing mid. Looks like they're going to pressure this mid tower. Frostbite going down, the Sunstrike misses. Malefice is going out on the Enchantress, but she manages to get a heal off on herself, so the damage is kind of nullified. And Impetus coming through, doing a bit of damage to Enigma. Power Shot going through, doing a bunch of damage to the Creep Wave. Doesn't really hit any heroes, though. And looks like both sides are kind of breaking off. Although Storm is up towards the Radiant Ancients. Looking to see if he can find someone out of position. Roar being popped. And then Ravage right afterwards. That's going to be Enchantress. Windrunner is already down. Impetus takes down the Enigma. Great play. Like, that's the power of this immense team fight that they have, plus the Morphling who can just pump out damage. And this is going to be a tier 2 for them. And they're just going to back off there. Are they going to do a Roshan? I would like to see that. Morphling's going to drop down here. 2,600 gold saved up on the Morphling. Wait, very nice. Uses an adaptive strike to make it so the Nature's Prophet has to recast his teleport. Unfortunately, the cooldown only takes effect after you've completed the teleport. So it's not like he was able to strand the Prophet down here. And we should definitely, yeah, gold is starting to swing in the Radiant's favor. Experience the same way. They have definitely managed to turn this around with some great team fights. You know, some 2-0 exchanges, 3-0 exchanges. Well in their favor. Storm has 1,600 gold, should probably pick up his power treads. That way he's not sitting on these level 1 boots. I know that Ball Lightning at level 2 does have quite a bit of move speed. But it looks like they're going to keep pressuring this mid lane. Enchantress, I imagine, is working on a mech. Well, has power treads now, has pair of bracers. Will probably be picking up a mech. Tidehunter will probably be working on a pipe next. Smoke is going to be dropped. They've got 8 seconds on Ravage. Roar is up, so if they can catch someone out, that'll be a bunch of chain stuns. Looks like they're going to be going up here for the Nature's Prophet Windrunner up here. They are going to catch Prophet out here. Roar! Roar! Oh no, just manages to TP away. And the smoke just runs out. Invoker dying to minions down here. Beastmaster activates his double damage. They're going to look to do a bunch of damage to this. Although they are going to TP to defend their tier 3 here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Adaptive Strike waveform on the Storm Spirit, but he's going to be able to just Ball Lightning away. That manages to find a regen rune. And looks like they are going to take some harass or push looking to be done on the mid lane here, but TP's coming through. They are going to easily defend this. Unfortunately, MTW just can't seem to catch a break right here. Storm decides that instead of power treads, I'm just going to pick up an ultimate orb. Who needs move speed when you can just Ball Lightning all the time? Enigma does go down in the mid here. This nice roam cluster from Next.Kz is definitely paying off. Looks like they're going to look to do a Roshan now. And this is going to be one fast Roshan. Morphling picks up a Ghost Scepter. After this, he'll be able to get the other half of his... Yeah, there's the Ethereal Blade. Now he's going to TP, defend this, and he will be able to blow somebody up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Great deny by the Beastmaster here. And now Nature's Prophet is in some trouble. Axe is coming through. 2 seconds on the roar.
I will rise next season.
And they probably didn't need to use the roar because the cold snap did come through, but not that big of a deal. It's not the longest cooldown ever. It's about 75 seconds. So not that big of a deal. A little over a minute. Storm is going to pull this Tide. Look to get a kill here. Sunstrike coming through. Doesn't make connection. Oh, you poor, poor Crystal Maiden. Malefice is blocked by the Lincoln Sphere. And yeah, that's unfortunate thing about playing a support. And Next.Kz is starting to take over this game. This Morphling's getting nice and fat. Although it is, the gold's in the Dire's favor ever so slightly. Experience continues to climb in the Radiant's favor. They're going to look to take this tier 1 top. And I don't blame them. TP is coming through.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
However, it's Storm all alone. Hawk's gonna come out, give themselves some vision, make sure that they haven't, they aren't walking into a cluster from MTW. But Enigma's just in the jungle a bit, working on a pipe. It looks like, so that will help mitigate some of the damage from Morphling, from Tide, Invoker. He picks up the pipe recipe now. The tower ends up going down to the Morphling. He's going to TP down here, clean this up. Another 2k golds roughly saved up on him. So I expect to see him go for something like maybe a Butterfly next, or maybe a BKB. Just because even with the Lincolns, it'll only block one spell. So if they decide to drop a Shackle on him, and then Malefice him afterwards, or Vortex him afterwards.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Morphling gets a kill on the Enigma up here, diving past the tower, and then they're gonna push this out. Here comes the creep wave, so backdoor protection does come off. Beastmaster is going to TP mid, but the tower goes down anyways. However, that was a tier 2 exchange when the grounds are definitely in Next.Kz's favor, so they don't mind trading like that. And then they're just going to fall back a bit. Morphling is going to sell his Basilius. Look to probably farm up the parts for the Butterfly. Gonna send out a replicant so that he's got someone he can safely teleport to. And he is already attacking so fast, hitting so hard, almost 200 damage a hit. Prophet ult coming through, gonna pop his Lincolns, so he's fine. No one from MTW is around him, so he doesn't have to really worry.
Double damage.
Regeneration.
He's got something on the courier. It's gonna be an ultimate orb. Looks like he's going for a Manta style instead. So he's doing a bunch of harass, then just gonna come down here, pick up a TP scroll at the side shop, and here comes his ultimate orb and another TP scroll. Ooh. Storm Spirit's getting a little reckless here, trying to pressure this tier 3. And you can't really do that against an ethereal E-Blade Morphling, because he will just blow you up. And this is not looking good for MTW. I mean, the gold is still in fairly even, but experience 5,000. Pipe is finished on Enigma. And Necro 3 and a Blink on Beastmaster. Sheep Stick on the Invoker, that'll be a great pickup too. Sunstrike comes through, not needed at all. The adaptive strike from Morphling was enough to finish that Windrunner off. Not too sure what she was doing over here. Maybe, probably warding. Sheepstick is finished on the Windrunner. That'll be a great pickup for them. Tide still doesn't have a blink. Still trying to finish up. He's about 450 gold from the recipe for his pipe. Roshan's gonna be back up about 3/4 of the way through his respawn timer. Another Perseverance on the Storm Spirit, along with an Ultimate Orb. So is he going for a Lincoln Sphere? The Forged Spirits just keeping the creep wave back a little bit. Now, not too sure. Everyone's just kind of sitting around getting scouted out by the treants here. And it looks like they really, really want to team fight this, or Next.Kz really wants to team fight this and take these racks. So we will have to see if they manage to pull that off. I mean, Storm Spirit is, like, their entire team is fairly spread out. But Nature's Prophet is going to TP back up here. Windrunner is bottom, Storm Spirit's top, though. So there's not much some TPs are coming through. But they just have so much push on Next.Kz. Just watch that drop. Windrunner does get blinked on, roared on. Mech is popped. Beastmaster's probably going to go down. Storm Spirit does get that. Pipe is popped. Invoker is doing some damage, though. Cold Snap coming through. They have not popped Ravage. Use the Ravage! Ravage, Ravage, Ravage! Up. Morphling wave swarms through to get the kill on the Crystal Maiden anyways. Nature's Prophet buys Necro 3 flat out. And that's a set of racks down. But a waveform away, and with a quick waveform and a replicant away, he is able to escape. So and a Manta Style finished on Morphling. Now, is he just going to look to pick up a Butterfly, save for buyback? That's probably the more likely case, and if he finds himself with like 7k gold pooled up or something, he will pick up the Butterfly. But Nature's Prophet, well, big push coming out from them on here. And looks like this tier 2 is going to go down, and they will be able to TP top here, so that the... Oh, it looks like they're going to actually force TPs out of MTW. Pipe is popped. Enigma got his blink. Ice Wall is dropped. This tower is getting shredded. Blink Black Hole. The Ravage is popped to stop it. Enigma goes down. Morphling it. Ice Storm going off. Or Freezing Field. But now Crystal Maiden's going to go down. Invoker gets the kill. Nature's Prophet's going down as well. And MTW calls GG. Next.Kz manages to take this. Well played by them. The power of team fighting. The power of the Roar plus Ravage was just too much for MTW here. So, they're going to quickly clean this up. My name is Blightwind. I hope you enjoyed this. I will be recording the other two games, so you'll be able to find out who gets to go to the International as the West Wildcard. And as always, leave a like and a favorite. It definitely helps out the channel. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I will catch you fine folk later on. As soon as the Ancient gets finished off here. Bring up that beautiful score screen. 20-5. Just crazy. 8-0 Morphling. Well played. So, as I said, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will catch you folks later.